Good evening. Today I will be doing my second speech of public speaking. It will be an informative speech on why people do it, the effects that it have in the body. And for one, this is one audience. This is my father. This is my mother. This is my sister. This is my sister's boyfriend. I will be informing the audience upon the facts of fasting and what effects it can have on our bodies. Getting into shape is a goal that many people will have at some point, and some people have tried and some people have failed. But I'm pretty sure that everybody's familiar with the term fasting or even intermediate fasting. In this speech, I will delve into fasting and how it works to help people achieve the physiques they've always dreamt of. We don't give our bodies enough credit, nor do we appreciate the wonderful things it does to keep us alive. It is always adapting, and as will be highlighted in this speech, its adaptation to fasting is the body that many dreams on having. All it takes is to schedule meals after some time, a simple but important hormone, and for the body to adapt. It is a simple yet effective set of ingredients. To begin with, many of you have heard the term fasting, but haven't formally been familiarized with it. Fasting isn't a diet, but so much an arrangement of eating that can be applied to any diet, such that you can take off from eating from a predetermined interval of time. According to the Oxford Dictionary, fasting means a reduction from some or all of a period of time. Most commonly, people would fast for religious or holidays, or even accidentally when they sleep the whole night. Fasting is a common part of our day-to-day lives, even if you don't even try to do it. You don't have to be in a religion, or you don't have to be in a holiday, or it doesn't have to be a holiday, but sometimes you do it without trying. We all have a relationship with fasting in some form or other because of how we cannot spend 100% of our days eating food. Some of our time will get spent doing other things. Furthermore, if fasting was so simple, then why are there different types of fasting, and why do people do it? How fasting functions is because of how fasting is not a diet per se. Therefore, it can be combined with diets such as keto, low carb, high carb, vegan, and so on and so forth. Now, that does not include the types of training programs that many people can do. How does fasting work to change your body? The answer lies within the most potent chemical in our blood, insulin. Many people will instantly group insulin as only relating to diabetes, but the truth is that it's explained by Amy Hess, scientists that researchers on fasting, that insulin is used to regulate the amount of sugar in the blood by allowing sugar to enter cells for energy. Insulin is extremely important, not just for the formation of muscle and the loss of fat, but for the metabolic processes that control these types of things. When the body does not have enough food to process, it might draw from its storage. During a fast, your body will undoubtedly run through its glycogen storage and start to use its fat storages. Now, while we are using our fat storages from the lack of energy in the bloodstream, there will be less insulin as a result. Insulin is there to bring sugar into the cells, and sugar is the main energy source for the cells. Therefore, the body is able to receive this stimulus in itself to adapt to it. How the body responds to fasting, you might ask. Well, to elaborate, our bodies are like artificial intelligence. They anticipate what is going to happen based off patterns. We can notice this with how we get sleepy around the same time each day and how we feel hungry after our 11 a.m. lunch. When it comes to insulin during fasting, it becomes more sensitive to any sugar that is present in the bloodstream. In other words, it misses the sugars so much that it finds new sugar. This is what happens when you end your fasting. As a study done by Monique for the Harvard Health blog states, the insulin breaks down the sugar and sends it into your liver and muscles instead of towards fat cells for storage. Through time, though, the body will adapt with new routine, and thus it will lose fat reserves in the process. It is important to follow the routine in order to give the body some time for it to adapt. Another study performed by a scientist named N.J. Gray and his colleagues states that differences in insulin secretion in fed, fasted, and fasted refed rats could be attributed to changes in pancreatic insulin content. In other words, the amount of insulin produced in rats who fasted and weren't affected by their insulin producing pancreas. This shed some further light into the effects of fasting on the human body. To summarize, intermittent fasting isn't really what you eat, but really when you eat it and how you're going to eat it also. It can be paired with many diets and works by reducing insulin levels so that the body uses fat storage instead of food while on the fast and breaks down the food more efficiently when off the fast. Our bodies are incredible machines that are able to adapt to new stressful times. In conclusion, fasting is just one of the many tools that can be used in order to mold into the work of art. The body will change to live in its own environment in the most efficient way possible. But by doing so, it doesn't just adapt to new stresses, it adapts to whatever our vision is for it. And that's the conclusion of the speech. But relating this to my personal point of view, I used to do fasting when I first started going to the gym, just so it could help lose the body fat that I would get here, just so I could show my abs. The end.